Hey, what up, guys? Coder here. I'm gonna be doing my first 2020 update. Um, I'm a little bit sick though. I don't know if I have like coronavirus. I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. Anyways, doing 2020 update. Um, it's been quite crazy, honestly. 2019 was quite a year, and beginning of 2020 for me was um, just I guess just a truckload of things that are coming to me in my mind and what I want to do. So it's going to be a very busy year. Um, I'm looking for ways and projects and ways I can achieve what I want to achieve, right? So first I want to talk about 2019. I better get my water. I have a little bit of food here because I just want to relax. It's my day off, you know. Alright, cool. So 2020 is going to be very busy. Very busy. 2019, I want to first recap a little bit. Around the time of April, I started working on my own language. And then, you know, later during, the rest of that year, I was working on my language, on my shadow language. I was working on a lot of other things, but really that was the beginning of my language. And you know, it was a year of ambition, and I was learning new things, trying new things. I had so many plans, which ended up not being realized in the timeline that I wanted because I kept getting delayed, most of the time because of my own programming language. So yeah, 2019 in a lot of ways was a year of failure, in the sense that I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve in the time that I wanted to achieve it. But it was also a year of learning where I didn't know my limits that well at the time, but I kind of roughly know my limits at this point in time. When I was working, days and days on my language, months and months, it kind of taught me my limits. But, the main problem with 2019 was my ambitions. I was getting so ambitious in what I wanted to do with my language that I just couldn't stop expanding on my project, right? And I didn't want to work on anything besides that. One of the things that I said I was gonna do, I was gonna make this small little zombie game resembling the game Dead Frontier. And I thought, in a month I could make something. But I kept getting entangled in my language and I kept wanting to expand on that to the point that I just couldn't even get to it, right? All of 2019, and I didn't even press the start button on that project. So I'm gonna put a little bit of music here as well, just to chill out. It's probably gonna be a long one. I'm not trying to rush it. It's a bit of a, it's a new year. I'm trying to be chill. I'm trying to chill out for a bit. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of a song here, I guess. Teacher says that I've been naughty, I must learn to concentrate. But the girls, they pull my hair, and with the boys I can't relate. Daddy says I'm good for nothing. Relaxed a little bit for this year. I'm not gonna rush today's video. Just gonna chill out. It's a lot. It's a lot that's happened in 2019. And it taught me a lot about myself that I wanted to know, but also taught me my shortcomings. And you know, when I started my language, it was very ambitious to begin with. You know, it's one of the hardest, most difficult things in the world that I know of, writing your own programming language. And I guess it kind of broke all my plans apart for everything else. But instead of going and focusing on my other plans, I just kept going in my language. I made one version of my language which wasn't available to the public, and then my other version was never finished because I was making it in my other language, and that language had enough problems that if the project got big enough, it would not be able to be a good enough language to allow that complexity and scale, and you wouldn't be able to hold it together. And that's exactly what happened, right? And then there was a few projects here and there, and then those things I was messing around with, I'm still messing around with. So then comes 2020, after all of that. Obviously there's been things going on this year, besides, like, there's been crazy things like World War III, or the Australia bushfires and stuff like that that's going on in the world. But for me, January was like, oh wow, I have so many things that I want to do this year. And I realized something that I probably talked a little bit about was the company that I want to start with my friend. So there's all kinds of laws and regulations and systems that you have to work with. Data privacy for people who use your products or services, or who store information about stuff like that. Such a huge thing to learn, and obviously that's already weighing on me on how I'm going to be able to do something like that in 2020. Just put a little bit of songs here. Alright, cool, that's good enough. So, what was I talking about? 2020. Oh yeah. So, it's already weighing on me, and I'm just like, you know, 2020 is gonna be a long year of insane amounts of work if I'm gonna go this route, right? And I was just like, obviously feeling a bit overwhelmed immediately. But then I started working with databases in January and expanding on my knowledge and understanding of networking. So I was learning the JavaScript file system, Node JavaScript, right? Node.js, and then messing around really. And I was thinking about the fact that one of my goals in 2019 was to make an operating system. Not necessarily in that year, but it was one of the things I was already starting to work on or trying. I already made my own operating system, a very small one, right? All it does is show a little message. But I'm looking at it again and thinking, you know, this is still not something I want to do. And while 2019 was a year of trial and error, trying new things, exploring new territory, you know, trying a new language, making a language, that's something I would say is pretty drastic, you know? And then you know, 2020, I'm just like, well, I can either A, take my previous goals from 2019 and just go at them again, but I feel like it's already a lost cause, you know? I already failed the timelines. I feel like there's really no point trying to just extend and keep going. I extended many times my language. I learned from my language. It's supposed to be out by November, and then things happen, and ultimately that was the breaking point of that project, right? And instead of immediately getting back to it, I'm going to take my time in 2020, do all the things around, slowly build to that point, and then maybe late 2020 or mid 2020, that's where I want to pick up that project, right? And I did say already I was going to only start working on it again in a couple of months, and I have to go up to July or further. The other route that I could take is stop everything, cancel it all, start a new year with new goals and new plans. And that's basically what I want to do, you know? I want to restart, reboot, and start from scratch, you know? From the plans. Most importantly, I want to learn the things that are very important to learn. Right now, obviously the databasing, but you know, collision systems. And the math behind a lot of other things as well. I already learned a little bit of math this year and last year, but ultimately, math is going to be a very valuable asset for me. Trigonometry specifically. Other things as well. Algebra. I just feel like it's so important. And I'm really considering and thoughtfully trying to establish a plan, you know, for how exactly I'm going to achieve all these things. There is no plan right now. As much as I would like, and I have tried to make things happen in a short amount of time, in the end, my ambition is too great. And it's very difficult for me to settle for something that I'm not happy with. So I decided I want to hand that off to other programs around the world, you know? It's not what I initially wanted to do, but I now know the depth of my own ambition, and it's a lot. All right, it means I have to let other people keep the world together, and solve all these problems that the world is facing, while I focus on my own masterpieces, right? My own kind of slow timeline. Again, like I said, it's not what I wanted to do. And my initial, I have a problem with a lot of things right now in the internet world. People aren't able to do things the way I wish they were able to. People don't have the power to create as much as I wish they did. I understand that these are problems out there right now that need to be addressed. And games are just not what I want it to be. So I want to give people the option to play games that I consider to be interesting and valuable experiences. All these things are in my mind, they have always been. But ultimately, I just need time in order to actually get to the point, where I'm happy and I'm gonna put this out there and let people experience it, right? So 2019 was a year of hustling. Trying my hardest to pull it off. My absolute everything. All I had. But 2020, I'm gonna stand back and I'm gonna take my time. So what I want to do, I want to devote 2020 to learning and mastering my own abilities. Meaning, I don't know if I'm gonna create many things and put them out there, and I have no plans of such as of now. I'm optimistic, as I have been since last year, that maybe I'll put out content this year, but at the same time, I don't know how it'll go. So I'm just like, I have to take it as I go. I've been optimistic in 2019. Let's make it happen. But it didn't happen the way I hoped it would. By the way, look at this alien thing that I drew. That's the other thing. I was playing Subnautica the other, maybe like since a week ago. And man, that was something. I've never played a game that was that good in exploration, ever. So, that's crazy. I was so immersed into the game. It was surreal. Anyways, I don't think there's much else for me to talk about besides things like how often am I going to update my website. Truth is, I want to give it time. I want to give my website some time this year to just sit there and do nothing. That's what I want to do, because I want to focus on my, beginning of 2020 from January to April, Easter time. I want to focus everything I have, everything I'm trying to do. I'm then from there I can make plans. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I'm so uncertain of how I want to do 2020. So uncertain. That's what I have right now. I just want to wait until April. Don't know if I'm going to be posting things until then. And then I just want to go and get things done. Start making the plans. I think that's about it. Like, 2020 is gonna be a lot of work and learning very crazy things. X plus 2 plus Y plus Z to the power of G, right? Yeah, I think that's all I want to say for now. So yeah, 2020 is going to be probably chill in terms of how much I update, but in the background where you guys can't see, I'm going to be working my butt off trying to make these things happen, and then, you know, obviously playing games as well, trying to stay sane, you know, because I know I went insane last year from overworking my brain trying to fix my language up, and I had to just chill for a month. But, you know, yeah, I don't want to do that right now this year, maybe later in the year, but obviously right now I want to give my mind and brain more time to recover and reboot whatever it needs to do. So yeah, thanks for watching. Stick around for more, and peace.